Valerie's always been the one I worry about. Such a burden, honestly. My mom said that at a family dinner. I was sitting right there at the table. Everyone went silent. Guests looked down at their plates like they hadn't heard it. But they had. And this wasn't the first time she'd called me that. It was just the loudest, the most public. Something inside me cracked that night. What she didn't know was that this dinner would be the last time I'd let her words define me. My name's Valerie. I'm 26 years old. I work as a hospital social worker. I help families navigate crises, healthcare decisions, grief. I'm good at it. Really good. But to my mom, I've always been the unplanned child. The accident. She reminded me of that more times than I can count. I have an older brother, Stephen. He's the golden standard. Successful lawyer. Married. Perfect life. Perfect son. I spent years trying to earn her approval. Good grades. Always helpful. Always available when she called. It was never enough. Her love felt conditional, like I had to audition for it over and over again. I wasn't flashy or rich or anything special by her standards, but I had something she never saw: determination. If you've ever been pushed aside by family, subscribe right now and tell me where you're watching from. Because what happened next changed everything. It started on my 26th birthday. My aunt organized a small dinner for me at a local Italian restaurant. Not my mom. My aunt. Mom showed up 20 minutes late. Sorry, parking was awful, traffic was a nightmare. She didn't hug me, didn't say happy birthday. I let it go. I always did. I was excited that night because I'd just found out I'd been nominated for an award at work. Employee of the Year for the entire hospital network. I waited for a pause in conversation and said, "So, I have some good news?" Mom cut me off mid-sentence. "That's nice, honey. Steven just got promoted to senior partner. Now that's something to celebrate." The entire table pivoted to Steven talk. My news got buried like it was nothing. I sat there, fork in hand, smiling, nodding, pretending it didn't hurt. Later, I got up to use the restroom. Mom followed me into the hallway. She pulled me aside near the bathroom door. "You know I love you, but you've always needed so much attention. It's exhausting, Valerie. I can't keep pretending everything you do is special." I froze. Couldn't breathe. Couldn't respond. She walked back to the table like nothing happened. I stayed in that hallway for a full minute, staring at the wallpaper, trying not to cry. When I came back, I sat down quietly. At the end of the night, the server brought the check. Mom reached for her purse, then laughed. "Oh no, I forgot my wallet in the car. Valerie, can you get this?" She didn't go to the car. I paid. The whole bill. $212. She didn't even say thank you. That was the night I started to realize something was deeply, deeply wrong, but it got worse. A month later, I was scrolling Instagram and saw Steven's story. It was a photo of my family at a lake house. Mom, Steven, his wife, my aunt. I wasn't there. I hadn't been invited. I called my mom immediately. "Oh, sweetie, I thought you'd be too busy. Plus, it's expensive, and I didn't want to pressure you." Translation: she didn't want to deal with the burden. I hung up before I said something I'd regret. Then came her 60th birthday party. I helped plan the whole thing, booked the venue, arranged the caterers, bought her gift. She gave this long, heartfelt thank you speech at the end of the night. She named Steven, my aunt, even the caterer. She didn't mention me once. Not once. A guest came up to me later and asked, "Hey, didn't you get nominated for some award at the hospital?" Before I could answer, my mom swooped in. "Oh, she didn't win. Just a nomination. Participation trophy generation, you know?" She laughed. The guest laughed too. I didn't. Because the truth was, I had won. I just hadn't had the chance to tell her yet. I went home that night and cried for 2 hours. But the worst betrayal came a few weeks later. Mom called me, sobbing. Valerie, I need help. My car broke down and I need $3,000 for repairs. I don't have it right now. Can you help me? Please? I didn't hesitate. I drained my savings account and sent her the money that same day. 2 weeks later, she posted photos on Facebook. Spa weekend with her girlfriends, champagne, robes, facials. I called her. Mom, you said you needed money for car repairs. I did. But I also needed a break from stress. You wouldn't understand, Valerie. You don't have kids. Are you going to pay me back? Family doesn't keep score, Valerie. She never paid me back. That's when I started seeing a therapist. I started journaling, writing down every moment. Not for revenge, just to process it. I started setting boundaries. I didn't pick up every call. I said no more often. And I threw myself into my work. 3 months later, I got promoted to senior social worker. What my mom didn't know was that I'd also been accepted into a prestigious graduate program across the country. Full scholarship, living stipend, career-changing opportunity. I hadn't told anyone yet. I was documenting everything quietly, building a new life in the background. But there was something bigger happening, something I had no control over. My grandmother, Rose, my mom's own mother, had been watching everything for years, and she'd started updating her will. Grandma Rose was 82, sharp as ever, and she didn't approve of how my mom treated me. She was planning to leave the family home to me, not my mom. I didn't ask for this. I didn't even know at first. Grandma insisted on it herself. What they didn't know was that the people who truly saw my worth weren't staying silent anymore. Grandma Rose and I met for coffee every week. One afternoon, she looked at me over her mug and asked, "Why do you let her treat you this way?" I broke down. "I keep hoping she'll change, Grandma. I keep thinking if I'm just good enough, she'll finally see me." She reached across the table and held my hand. "Valerie, I need to tell you something. I'm leaving you the house." I blinked. "What?" "The family home. It's going to you, not your mother." "Grandma, I can't." "You can, and you will. I've already spoken to my lawyer, Ms. Patel. It's done." I didn't know what to say. Meanwhile, my mom's arrogance was escalating. She started talking openly about what she'd do when I inherit the house. She told me once, "I might let you visit sometimes if you're nice." Stephen even warned her privately, "Mom, you should treat Grandma better." She brushed him off. When Grandma chose to spend Christmas with me instead of her, Mom threw a fit. Then Grandma's health dipped slightly. Nothing serious, just a cold. And suddenly Mom was overly attentive. Transparent motive. She called me one day and said, "You need to convince Grandma I should get the house. You don't need it anyway." For the first time, I didn't stay quiet. "What have you ever done to deserve it?" She hung up on me. A week later, I got my grad school acceptance letter in the mail. I didn't tell her. The breaking point came at a family dinner at Grandma Rose's house. Grandma was hosting. She was fine. Just wanted everyone together. We were halfway through the meal when Mom said, loud and casual, "When I inherit this place, I'm renovating the whole first floor." Grandma went silent. She set down her fork. I looked at her, then at my mom. I spoke up. Calm, steady. "You're awfully certain you're getting it." Mom scoffed. "Of course I am. I'm her daughter. You're just a granddaughter and not even the successful one." Stephen shifted uncomfortably. "Mom, maybe we shouldn't." Grandma Rose stood. Her hands were trembling slightly. "That's enough." Everyone froze. "I've watched you tear this girl down for 26 years. I stayed quiet too long." Mom's face went pale. Mom, what are you talking about? I'm leaving the house to Valerie, not you. The room went dead silent. Mom's face drained of all color. Then she exploded. You can't do this. She's a burden. She's always been difficult and needy. I stood up. My voice didn't shake. No, Mom. I was never a burden. I was just never Stephen. And that was never going to be enough for you. I pulled the grad school acceptance letter out of my bag and placed it on the table. I'm moving in 8 weeks. Full scholarship. I won't need your approval anymore. I opened my phone and showed her my award certificate. The one she said I didn't win. I won this. You just never asked. Grandma's voice was firm. The house goes to Valerie. My decision is final. Maybe now you'll understand what you lost. Ms. Patel, who'd been sitting quietly in the corner, pulled out the signed, notarized will update. Mom tried to argue. Her voice cracked. Stephen put a hand on her shoulder. Mom, stop. She looked at me one last time. Then she grabbed her purse and stormed out. I didn't chase her. 3 months later, I moved across the country. I started my graduate program. I'm thriving. Academically, socially. I made close friends. I'm dating someone kind. Someone who sees me. Mom called once. Left a voicemail. Half apology, half excuse. I didn't call her back right away. Eventually, I sent her a letter. It said, I forgive you, but I'm not coming back to beg for crumbs of your love anymore. Grandma Rose visits me twice a year. We video chat every week. Stephen apologized privately. We're slowly rebuilding things. Mom sent me a birthday card this year. Just her name signed at the bottom. Nothing else. I kept it, but I didn't frame it. For once, her silence didn't hurt me. It freed me. I finally understood I never needed her approval. I just needed my own. If you've ever had to stand up to a parent who couldn't see your value, hit subscribe. Where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. You are not a burden. You never were. Your story deserves to be heard. Share it with us.